Hello everyone. Today we will perform an experiment to study full wave rectifier circuit with and without capacitor filter. And we will be using basic electronics virtual lab to perform this experiment. Now why we require full wave rectifier? Now we have understood through earlier experiment that half wave rectifier it utilizes only one half cycle of the input voltage. So in order to get a steady and smooth DC supply voltage, we require a circuit which utilizes both the half cycles. So that circuit is full wave rectifier circuit. Now we have two types of full wave rectifiers, center tapped and bridge rectifier. This is the circuit for center tap. So as we can see, the secondary of the transformer is center tapped. So it utilizes two diodes D1 and D2. While in case of bridge rectifier, we have four diodes D1, D2, D3 and D4. So we can go through the working of both. For center tapped rectifier, for the positive half cycle, one diode D1 will be on while D2 will be off. So we will get this kind of waveform. While in case of negative half cycle, D1 will be off while D2 will be on, and we will get this kind of waveform. So we can see that we are getting a pulsating DC for both positive half cycle as well as negative half cycle. Now for the bridge rectifier, for positive half cycle, this diode D1 and D3 will be on while D2 and D4 will be off. So we will get a voltage V out through this load resistor, and we will get a waveform like this at the output. Now for the negative half cycle, D1 and D3 will be off while D2 and D4 will be on. So we will get this kind of waveform at the output. So here also we can see that we are getting a pulsating DC for both the half cycles. And now we can calculate average DC value through this formula, and it will be same for both center tapped as well as bridge rectifier. Its value is 2 Vm by pi. Then this is IDC. Its value is 2 Im by pi. Then root mean square value of voltage at load can be calculated using this formula, and it comes around Vm by root 2 for both center tapped as well as bridge rectifier. Now we can calculate ripple factor. Ripple factor will come around 0.482 for both of these rectifiers, which is less as compared to the half wave rectifier. For half wave rectifier, we get a ripple factor around 1.21. So this is one of the advantage of full wave rectifier, that we are getting a less ripple factor. So efficiency is also higher for a full wave rectifier, 81.2%. For half wave rectifier it is around 40.8%. Now form factor is same for both, 1.11, peak factor under root 2. Then coming to peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage we can calculate for center tap applying KVL in this loop when diode D1 is off and D2 is conducting. So peak inverse voltage will be around 2 Vm for center tap rectifier, while in case of bridge rectifier it is Vm only. So this is one of the advantage for bridge rectifier. Now transformer utilization factor is 0.693 for center tap, while for bridge rectifier it is around 0.812. So this is another advantage of bridge rectifier, that its transformer utilization factor is high. Now other advantage of bridge rectifier is that it does not require bulky center tap transformer. The only disadvantage of bridge rectifier is that it requires 4 diodes, while there only 2 diodes are required for center tapped rectifier. Now coming to the comparison of half wave and full wave rectifier, we will go through a quick comparison between half wave and full wave rectifier. In terms of number of diodes, half wave rectifier require only one while in case of full wave rectifier for center tap we require 2 diodes, 4 diodes for the bridge rectifier. Now maximum efficiency, rectification efficiency is obviously larger for full wave rectifier, 81.1% as compared to 40.6% for half wave rectifier. Now VDC is also higher for full wave rectifier, 2 times of Vm by pi, while it is Vm by pi for half wave rectifier. Now ripple factor, other advantage, that ripple factor is less, 0.48 for full wave, while it is higher, around 1.21 for half wave rectifier. Now coming to peak inverse voltage, it is V maximum for half wave, while 2 times of V maximum for center tapped and V maximum for bridge. Now output frequency is equals to input frequency only for half wave rectifier, while it is 2 times of input frequency for full wave rectifier, as we will get pulsating DC for both the cycles, so we are getting 2 times of the input frequency. And transformer utilization factor is least for half wave rectifier, it is around 0.287, then 0.693 for center tapped, and it is highest for bridge rectifier, 0.812. Now coming to full wave rectifier with capacitive filter, as we can see that after using full wave rectifier we are getting a pulsating DC, but what we require a smooth DC. We need to reduce these ripples. So what we do, we use a capacitive filter. So when we use this capacitive filter, it will obstruct the AC ripples, while it will allow the smooth DC. So it will charge during the first quarter of positive half cycle, then it will discharge through RL. Then when this input voltage is higher than the capacitive voltage, it will again charge. So we are getting somewhat triangular form of ripples. So we are getting this VRPP, peak to peak of ripple. So this VRPP we can calculate through this condition. The charge required by the capacitor from cut out point, VRPP into C equals to charge of capacitor lost during non-conduction period. Non-conduction period, this T2. So it is IDC into T2. So this VRPP we can calculate through this, and the RMS value of the ripple can be calculated by VRPP divided by 2 under root 3. We are assuming that ripple waveform is in form of triangular wave. So then ripple factor we can calculate, and we will get the value as 1 divided by 4 under root 3 FCRL. So we can see that on increasing either capacitor value or load resistance value, we can reduce the ripple factor. Now coming to the simulation part, we will go to virtual lab interface, then basic electronics lab under electronics and communication department, then list of experiments. First we will perform full wave rectification without capacitor filter. Now we will go to simulation part, full wave rectifier. Now we can see that this is the circuit. This is the front panel display of oscilloscope. These are we can see channel 1, channel 2, ground, dual, both the channels by pressing dual. Then we can change the frequency of the waveform using this frequency button, and amplitude through this button. Then we have control panel here. So for channel 1 we can zoom in or zoom out through this volt per division. On for moving waveform vertically we can use this. For channel 2, this panel, and to move horizontally we will use this, and to increase or decrease time per division we will use this button. So first of all we will select a particular RL value. So suppose we are using 500 ohm load resistance. Now we will switch on the oscilloscope, and first of all we will see the input waveform. So this is the input waveform. So we will move it to here, and now we can see, we can calculate the peak to peak voltage. Peak to peak voltage can be calculated by multiplying number of divisions, number of these divisions into volt per division. So these we are having 4 divisions, so 4 into 2, 8 volts. So V peak to peak is 8 volt, so V maximum will be half of that, so 4 volt. Now we will see the rectified output by pressing this. So we are getting rectified output like this. So we can move downward. Now on pressing dual we will be able to see both. So then we can see that Vm for rectified output is 2 into 2, that is 4 volt. And for this also we are having, for input voltage also we are having Vm 4 volt. So full wave rectifier circuit is utilizing both the cycles, positive as well as negative. So we have calculated Vm. So accordingly you can calculate VDC, VRMS, and then ripple factor and efficiency, and check the with the typical values. Now we can see uh, full wave rectification, with capacitor filter. So under a list of experiments, capacitive rectification simulation, then we will go to capacitive rectification for full wave. Now we can see the circuit. This is graph plot, this is for calculation, this is for control. So first of all we will switch on the circuit. So we have switched it on. Now we will see the full wave rectified waveform. It is coming like this. So we will move it a little bit. This is for voltage. So this V maximum is 1 volt, and we can move it upward through this. Now Vm is 1 volt. Now we will see the rectified output. So rectified output is like this. So by pressing dual we will be able to see both the rectified output and rectified input and filtered output. So you can calculate VRPP, which will be this difference. So VRPP you can calculate, then VRRMS you can calculate by the formula VRPP divided by 2 root 3. Then you can calculate the ripple factor, gamma equals to VRRMS divided by VDC. So you will see that ripple factor for with filter will be less as compared to full wave rectified output without filter. So in this way we have seen how to perform this experiment related to full wave rectifier with and without filter. Thank you.